In this quick video guide, we're going to see how we can convert a sequence of PNG files or image files into a video using Natron. Now, we created a video course in Natron. If you're interested, you can look for it in the channel among other video guides and video courses on video editing and video montage. So we created a animation using a real engine and using MetaHumans, and we recorded that and then we exported in a 4K format using the sequencer in a real engine, and that's going to create a 3D animation sequence of image. And this also goes for other 3D software. They usually produce images and sequences of images rather than the actual video. So we're going to go up here in the tools, we're going to do a read and text to the read, and we can open up a sequence. Just make sure you select, instead of files, you can select sequence and choose the format here. The PNG will not have the background, so you can do more video editing, you can change the background, you can do more, it's more flexible than other formats. So I'm gonna select that, select sequence, select those series of images, and in Natron they're going to be recognized as a single file, so it's going to be recognized as a 3D animation. If I press play, I'm gonna see here that it's going to pre-render, so you need to give it some time to render and define those frames so that it goes on real time instead of going like you see here, it's going like 10 frames per second. So after a while, you should see this green line, and that means that you can play back the animation without lags or being too slow or other problems. And let's stop this. So if you double click on the read, you can check the properties here for the read, and here you can change if you want the first frame, the last frame. So you can change first of all the name on the top, and then you have some options. You can change again the folder where it's getting the source. You can change the first frame, you can change the last frame, you can change what's going to happen before and after that. And let's see here, you can change also the frame rate. Now the original animation was supposed to be 30 frames per second, so I'm going to change this to 30 as a custom FPS or frame per second of frame rate. So you can see now I need to restart again the animation because it needs to recalculate with the actual frame rate with this last one that I set up. So every time you make a change, probably need to re-render. Now down here in the project settings also, we can change this from 24, which is the default, into the 30. And so make sure that everything is always consistent and maintain the same frame rate to avoid problems that could happen. Now what we want to do is create a write. So the read is to import, and then we need a write to export. So again, we make sure that everything is running fine and fluid in there. I uncheck this link here. I unlink this because I want to create now something to use as a background. I want to show you also that PNG is good because it has the alpha channel. So I'm going to create, let me create here a solid, and we don't need to link it like this. We need another node, but before, let's change the color of this solid into something else like purple or something like that. Now we need a merge node. If we right click, we can click on merge. We can select here from the list a merge node. We can bring it inside between the two and make sure the background is in the B letter here for the link, and the animation on the foreground is going to be in the A. And now everything will be merged, and let's run this into the viewer, and that's the result. So we have the imported PNG sequence looking like an animation, and then we can change separately the background as a compositing process. So this is why PNG images are really popular, really useful when exporting 3D animation, because also they are non-compressed, so we can compress it, we can make some more operation. So let's go up there again. Let's choose a write node right now. Now this is really important. You need to set up a folder and especially a name. Don't forget to put the name, otherwise it will give you problems in the export or in the save. So let's type here a name for this. I'm gonna choose convert PNG to video, and here we can change the format. So you can either export a sequence of image again, so you can like change from PNG to JPEG or another image format, or you can choose a video format. Now the most popular will be MP4, so I'm going to use MP4. I'm going to save this. Actually, I'm going to get rid of the little hashtag sign there, the little thing, and I'm going to save it as simple as it is, like this. So now if I double click on the right node, I can access the properties in the right node. And again, I can change the file format, the directory when I want to save this, and I can do other settings here. I can override if there is an existing file, or I can change here the frame range, and you can change the codec and the container. So the codec will be, again, one of the most popular, which is H.264. And again, we can modify the frame rate, and I believe that this is going to be better to be set as 30. Otherwise it will reinterpret the footage probably, but just to make sure, again, make the FPS consistent, and then click on the little render button. After a while you should see the progress of the rendering running. So if it's green, if it's running, everything went okay. If it's gonna be failed for some reason, be careful in there. Just try to do the steps again, and you can pause this, you can stop it, you can delete it, or you can leave it running, and it's going to tell you here how much time is remaining to finish the animation. And that's the format and the frame range. Now you can see this is a strange format because in the Unreal Engine, when we export, use take recorder is just exporting with a high code. It's kind of a time code, but usually they have like frame rates from 1 to 100, for example, and that's the directory. Now when it's finished, we need to navigate into the folder where we exported it, and we just need to look for that file. So in my case is down there. It's called text test convert PNG to video. And so if you double click, you should open it without any problem with any player. Otherwise, you can use VLC player, which is open source. You can download it for free, really easy. I'm using VLC player most of the time. And if we right click in the properties of the file, we can check the file format, the size, and the frame per second. So everything looks fine. And also the there the compression in there of the file, so, and the file size and all the other information you may need. And if you're not happy with that, you can run another export. You can also change the compression, you can change the format. Now double click to see the actual video, and that's the final result right here of the various PNG frames that I have exported from Unreal Engine using MetaHuman. So if you're interested in all of this, you can check the other video guides and video courses in the channel. This will be all for this video guide. If you enjoyed, please subscribe. If you want to support us, please join the channel as a supporter. See you in the next video guide.